Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down a powerful new way to approach one of the most high-stakes communication challenges out there, writing a grant proposal.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You've got this incredible, complex, passionate idea just buzzing around in your head, and you're trying to get it out into the world so other people can see it just as clearly as you do.
Because, well, that's the reality of grant writing. It's not just about having a great idea. It's about making that idea understood, making it trusted, and ultimately getting it funded. Your vision has to survive the journey.
We call this journey the grant writing gauntlet. And it really is a gauntlet. It's a path where your brilliant vision has to navigate all sorts of confusing requirements, super dense jargon, and, of course, the natural skepticism of expert review panels.
So how do you do it? How do you get through that gauntlet and make sure your idea comes out on top? The answer isn't to just write more or louder. The real key is to communicate with more layers and a much better strategy. You don't have to do it alone. You need a team of experts.
So how do you assemble that team? Well, that's where this framework called the Royal Guard Stack comes in. Think of it as a suite of specialized AI mentors. Each one is designed to act as an expert advisor for a very specific part of your proposal.
Okay, so here's the team. Think of this as the dossier for your expert guards. You've got Feynman for clarity, NVC for empathy, MI for partnership, and then you've got these specialists for deep logical audits. Each one brings a totally unique skill to the table to make your proposal unbeatable.
First up is Feynman, who I like to call the translator. Its entire job, its whole purpose, is to take your most complex, visionary concepts and just strip away all the jargon. This makes sure that anyone, from a top technical expert to a generalist on the review panel, can grasp the core of your idea with absolute clarity.
Next is NVC, your empath. This guard is all about making sure your proposal connects on a human level. It's fantastic. It transforms all those technical specifications into a really compelling story of real-world benefit, focusing on the people you're going to help and the needs you're actually going to meet.
And rounding out this core team is MI, your diplomat. And honestly, this one's a game changer. It shifts the entire dynamic from just, asking for money to proposing a true collaborative partnership with the funder. That builds trust right from the very first page.
So you have the guards. How do you actually put them to work? Well, the recommended workflow for most grants is a simple but incredibly powerful three-step sequence that uses that core team we just met.
It's all about layering. You start with Feynman to build a rock-solid, crystal-clear foundation. Then you layer on NVC to add that emotional resonance, that human impact. And finally, you use MI to frame the whole thing as a trustworthy partnership. Clarify, connect, partner. It's a simple sequence, but man, is it effective.
Okay, but what about the tough stuff? A great proposal doesn't just present a fantastic idea, it has to anticipate and withstand challenges. It needs to be bulletproof, and that's exactly where the specialist guards come into play.
This is how you get ready for the review panel before you even click submit. You can literally bulletproof your proposal by bringing in guards who are specifically designed to run logical and technical audits on your work. And these two guards, they offer different levels of intensity. On one hand, you've got Columbo, who acts like a friendly reviewer. It gently asks for clarification, points out some small gaps. On the other hand, you have Socrates. Socrates performs a much deeper audit, challenging the very foundation of your logic to make it absolutely airtight.
And for those really high-stakes technical or scientific grants, you've got two more specialists. Barnard acts as your risk officer. It checks for compliance, for over-promising, for any unsubstantiated claims. Then there's ASG, which provides maximum analytic rigor using cold, hard logic for the most demanding environments, like big STEM or government grants.
Of course, when you're working with your own proprietary ideas, security is a huge question, and the system is designed specifically for privacy. The key takeaway here is that your work is never stored or shared. Your breakthrough ideas stay exactly that, your own.
So after all that, after assembling this team and running this process, what's the end result? What is the real payoff for using this layered strategy to build your proposal? This right here, this is the winning formula. Your final proposal becomes so much more than just a document. It's a clear, impactful, trustworthy, resilient, and rigorous case for your vision. It pretty much checks every single box a grant reviewer is looking for, from the logical to the emotional.
Ultimately, this whole approach suggests that the bridge between a brilliant idea and a truly world-changing project is communication. And it leaves us with one final thought to really chew on. What if the single most important factor for getting your next project funded isn't just the idea itself, but your ability to make it truly, deeply understood?